Hi, everybody. I wanted to jump on here really quickly and talk about the latest update on the Emmanuel haro case. This is good news, you guys. TMZ is reporting that the parents have been arrested. We've known since day one that they did something to that poor little boy. Let me read you the article. It says the mystery surrounding the disappearance of 7-month-old Emmanuel haro just got a major update. The California baby's parents, Jake and Rebecca Haro, have been arrested for unaliving. TMZ has learned. It says law enforcement tell us the couple who previously claimed their baby had been kidnapped in the parking lot of a Big Five sporting goods store in Yucaipa. That name gets me every time. In Yucaipa, California, are now facing potential charges after being arrested in their home Friday morning. Law enforcement also tells us that the investigation will continue. It says the update comes over a week after the parents' initial kidnapping claims, which were later scrutinized due to the inconsistencies in the mother's, Rebecca, and the father's story. Remember, at the time, Rebecca claimed that she was attacked in the parking lot while changing Emmanuel's diaper. She claimed she heard someone say, "Hola," before she was punched, resulting in loss of consciousness. However, investigators weren't able to rule out foul play and issued a police and dog search of the Haro's family home, which resulted in the seizure of Emmanuel's father's car. Oh, they took his car. We will do more as the following story develops. Okay, so listen. I can exhale. I'm more than sure that these people are going to jail for life, just with the preliminary evidence that they've already gathered. But I'm sure by the time this goes to trial, if they go to trial, because I wouldn't, they just need to plead guilty and that's it. But if they go to trial, I have a huge feeling that more things are going to come out. Because we know that, yes, Jake has had child charges in the past. We've known that CPS has been called multiple times. We know that neighbors felt suspicious. These people are animals. The worst thing you can do in the world is hurt a child. A defenseless child, let alone your own damn seed. These people are sick and they're going to pay the price for what they did, and they should pay the price. Now that the tables are turned and they're going to be locked up with plenty of time to think about what they did, Jake's, he's going to get it because, they don't like what they call them. When you touch a child in jail, I think they call him a chomo, whatever they call him. They're going to find his ass. And street justice is going to do what it does. But they're going to jail for the rest of their lives. And, that poor little child. Y'all, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it when you take advantage of a child. What is wrong with you? And that mother, we're not going to call her a mother. She's a disgrace. She's disgusting and a disgrace. Let's listen to what the news had to say.
We begin with breaking news out of Cabazon and the search for missing 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro. San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies have just arrested both of the child's parents. Video from moments ago shows several SWAT vehicles and detectives on the scene. The boy was reported missing August 14th after his mother claimed he was taken from the parking lot of a Big Five sporting goods store in Yucaipa. Deputies began focusing on the boy's parents, Jake and Rebecca Haro, citing inconsistencies in their statements. Jake Haro has hired a lawyer, and we expect to learn more details on this throughout the day. We're going to bring you those details as soon as we get them.
Now let's listen to what Jake's attorney had to say.
Why have Rebecca and Jake stopped cooperating with the police if they're desperate to find the baby and the police are looking for the baby?
I don't know where the statement that they stopped cooperating came from, Ashley. I spoke to the detectives yesterday, offered for Jake to continue to speak with them. Have not been made aware of any request today to speak with Jake. I don't represent Rebecca. That needs to be very clear. But I have not been asked to produce Jake. I offered to produce Jake. They voluntarily turned over all of their electronic devices, including the passwords. I think that's something that's huge that nobody has been made aware of.
Let me just stop you for 1 second. I don't want to interrupt you, but you just said you don't know where the statement came from, Mr. Hughes. I'm going to read you the statement the police sent to us. Investigators interviewed multiple individuals, including Emmanuel's parents, Jake and Rebecca Haro. During those interviews, Rebecca was confronted with inconsistencies in her initial statement and declined to continue with the interview. So the statement came from the police themselves.
And I can't speak to the statement that was sent to you. I can tell you, I have personal knowledge. I reached out to the assigned detective and made Jake available. Jake wants to cooperate. Jake doesn't like the fact that nobody's listening. Court of public opinion is already out. Even yourself, it sounds like you guys already have your mind made up. Jake has voluntarily provided the electronic devices that there was a search warrant for, including the passwords. The vehicle that you were saying is breaking news that you brought up at the beginning of this broadcast is not something that is new. They haven't had their vehicle since Thursday night when this alleged kidnapping happened. So it's not new that you're saying at the beginning of this broadcast that it's new information. The vehicle is gone and make it sound like they just took the vehicle today. The vehicle has been gone since Thursday.
Yeah, I haven't made my mind up, but I will say this. This is a case that is definitely different than most missing children cases I cover, and I've done this for 38 years. When the police send me out a statement saying that foul play is potentially afoot, and when we get reports that they brought cadaver dogs to the house and that the parents aren't cooperating, then yeah, spidey senses go up. I was actually very concerned when Rebecca referred to Emmanuel in past tense as well. Are you aware of that?
I saw the video like anybody else. I can't speak for Rebecca. I can tell you that she doesn't have a master's degree, bachelor's degree, any other degree in public speaking. So I can't speak as to that. Same thing for Jake. The thing that I don't understand, and like you're saying, this isn't like a normal investigation. Why has the sheriff's department not even released a missing persons flyer? Let's put the onus on. There's not been one search party.
No, they did. They released the missing persons flyer. We showed it. Yeah, we're showing it right now on the air.
That's actually provided by mom and dad. Look at the phone numbers, Ashley. Let's be clear about that. Mom and dad.
So that's the parents' one.
That has mom and dad's phone numbers.
Let me ask my control room. I got you. Vincent, I got you. Let me ask my control room if they can also find a picture of the flyer that we were told by the police that they had released because they could not invoke an Amber Alert. Vincent Hughes, I know you know as an attorney, you can't issue an Amber Alert unless you have a vehicle and a license plate. Otherwise, there'd be Amber Alerts going off pretty much every 5 minutes of every day, and nobody would respond. So I'm just being told by my control room we don't have a picture of the police flyer, but the police told us they released a flyer. Can you tell me this? KTLA is reporting that the Haro's 2-year-old has been removed from the home. Is that true?
That's what everybody's stating. I mean, Mr. and Mrs. Haro have not been
he's your client. Has your client told you? Do you know from your client if he's lost his 2-year-old child
from the
home?
That he doesn't have, that the child has been removed and law enforcement wanted them to produce the child. Yes, he did produce the child. As far as is the child in the home, no. Mr. Haro does not have his 2-year-old and is not being allowed access to his 2-year-old, even though no criminal filing has taken place. They had the children before this alleged incident with no criminal case filed. So I don't know what changed. There's nothing here that's been provided that they did anything unfoot to these children, the 2-year-old or 7-month-old baby Emmanuel. The reason I'm on this show, to be very clear, is they're begging for the public to help. They're begging for people to provide information. There was a missing tip that was not provided previously, or it was provided to law enforcement. Law enforcement did not provide it to anybody else. And until I started speaking with media this morning, now law enforcement acknowledges, oh yes, we were aware of that tip. Law enforcement is being very tight-lipped about the situation. That's what's concerning. No search parties have been organized. These parents don't have a vehicle. Like I said, they voluntarily gave up all of their devices after a search warrant was issued. They gave passwords and everything. How can they assist in this? Their home is in a very remote area, in an area where it's over 100 degrees during a heat wave. They have no reliable transportation. They don't have phones or internet to contact people because their devices have been taken. So how can they participate? Everyone's made their mind up and saying that they're refusing to do anything. They can't.
Hold on. I think that let's just jump in right there. How you asked the question, how can they assist in this? Well, they could assist by continuing to be cooperative with the police. That would be the number one starter. Don't you believe that?
I'm telling you right now, Ashley, on national news, if the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department would like to speak with Jake Haro, we can make that happen tonight. I'm telling you that right now.
What about Rebecca?
Unequivocally. I don't represent Rebecca, so I can't make a statement for Rebecca.
Okay. Did Jake tell the police and Rebecca that she couldn't take a lie detector test?
I wasn't there. I can't confirm or deny that story. And in any event, I think most
You don't know that
attorneys,
from
most
your
defense
client,
attorneys,
though? You haven't spoken. Let me just ask you, because he said we need an attorney present, and the reporting is from the police is that Rebecca refused to take a lie detector test because Jake, her husband, said no unless there's an attorney present, and you are his attorney. Did he not discuss that with you?
he asked for his attorney to be present, from my understanding. As far as the lie detector test, no attorney in their right mind is going to say, yes, submit to something that's not admissible in court. You find a case where somebody voluntarily...
But if my child was missing, Mr. Hughes, I would take any test you asked me to. I would cooperate. You could lock me up for the rest of my life, and I would cooperate with the police.
I'm glad you said that, but it's easy to say something, and it's a different sort of walk in somebody's shoes. There is not a normal for how you handle these situations. It's easy for everybody to state what should be happening and what's normal, but there's various situations for what's normal. We have everything from how John Walsh handled the situation to how Casey Anthony handled the situation. What is normal?
Yeah, well, there is no blueprint, as you say. This is an alarming situation for everyone involved, and it is awful. I will say to you tonight, it is awful if they truly are victims of someone taking their baby and half the world believes, or maybe more than half the world believes, that there's something afoot with them. I can't imagine being in their shoes at all. Could you just confirm, because I'm not sure I'm 100% clear, Mr. Hughes, could you just confirm that their 2-year-old child has been taken from the home now?
The 2-year-old child is not at their home. I can confirm it.
Taken from their home by authorities?
Based on my understanding, that's a potential. I believe that the 2-year-old was removed, but I cannot tell you 100%. I can tell you the 2-year-old was not at home. It's troubling that there's no allegations and the 2-year-old was removed.
Well, listen, there's more than allegations. Your client, has a rap sheet including child cruelty, so there are some reasons why they might have done that, and until they are thoroughly investigated to make sure every child is safe in that home. I really appreciate you being on. This is not an easy interview for you to do. This is an awful situation for everybody involved, and certainly for your client and his wife. It could go either way. I don't know if she's telling the truth, if he's telling the truth, and I don't know if they are horribly victimized in all of this. But Mr. Hughes, I do appreciate your time, and I appreciate your candor.
The only thing I'm asking, Ashley, this is one message Mr. Haro wanted me to make sure I get out. If anyone has any information, whatever your belief is about Mr. Haro or his family or anything like that, please provide that information to law enforcement. They're begging for the return of this child. They're begging for any information leading to Emmanuel's whereabouts. So if you have any information, please provide it. He's begging for that information. He feels like no one's listening to him. That's the key message from today. Not to debate his criminal record, not to debate anything else. He's begging that anyone provides any knowledgeable information to law enforcement. That's what we're asking. I really appreciate you for the platform to allow me to send out that message.
So that's what was said last night. Now, I don't know if it's just me. That attorney seemed extremely hostile. I've known a lot of attorneys that don't necessarily agree with what their client is being accused of, but this felt personal. Or is it just me? Did it feel personal to you guys? And also, I'm going to find out if this was the same attorney that he had on the other charge that he had. But anyway, that's what we have for now. I'm going to come back on later and do a live on this topic, but I had to share the good news that these people have been arrested. Now, let's get down to business. This is when the real dirt, so to speak, for lack of a better word, comes out. We're going to find out what lifestyle these two monsters have really been living. But in the meantime, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Until next time, bye for now.
San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies have just arrested both of the child's parents. Video from moments ago shows several SWAT vehicles and detectives on the scene. The boy was reported missing August 14th after his mother claimed he was taken from the parking lot of a Big 5 sporting goods store in Yucaipa. Deputies began focusing on the boy's parents, Jake and Rebecca Haro, citing inconsistencies in their statements. Jake Haro has hired a lawyer, and we expect to learn more details on this throughout the day. We're going to bring you those details as soon as we get them.